Winter held the park in a quiet grip that felt older than time itself, the kind of cold that didn't just sting your skin, it whispered to your memories. The sky was a pale, washed-out blue, the last light fading behind black silhouettes of trees. Snow cushioned every sound. Even the wind moved gently, as if it didn't want to disturb anyone's grief. And on the old wooden bench near the frozen duck pond, Mr. Dowson sat alone. 75 years old. A worn brown coat pulled tight across his thin frame. Gray hair swept back by the wind, hands shaking slightly as they rested on his cane. He had been coming to this bench every evening for 23 years. Not to watch the ducks, they were long gone for the winter. Not to socialize. He hadn't talked to anyone here in years. He came because this was the last place he saw his son alive. No matter how many winters passed, Mr. Dowson swallowed hard, eyes drifting across the frozen pond. "I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm so sorry." Words he never said out loud until recently. Words he once believed were useless in the face of death. Just then, the crunch of snow behind him broke the silence. A woman, maybe 32, walked slowly down the path, her breath fogging the air. Her coat was frayed at the sleeves, but she walked with a stubborn dignity. Her hand held tightly to a little boy of about 8. His boots looked too big, his scarf too long, but his smile, it was brave. Amelia and her son, Noah, had just come from the food bank. A paper bag of canned beans and pasta hung from Amelia's arm. It swung lightly with every step, the way hope sometimes clings to the tired. Noah tugged her hand. "Mom, my feet hurt. Can we sit for a minute?" Amelia hesitated. She didn't like staying out late with him, but when she looked at his tired eyes, she nodded softly. "Just a minute." They walked toward the bench, and Mr. Dawson, who usually preferred to be invisible, shifted slightly, making space for them without a word. "Good evening," he murmured. "Evening," Amelia replied, her voice gentle but guarded. Noah hopped onto the bench between them, letting out a long breath that puffed like a tiny cloud into the air. For a moment, the three of them just sat there. 3 strangers in the cold, 3 different winters sitting side by side. The silence felt comfortable, familiar, healing. Then Noah spoke first. Swinging his legs slowly, "My dad used to bring me here in the summer. We fed the ducks." Mr. Dawson's chest tightened. "The ducks don't come in the winter," he said quietly. "I know," Noah whispered, "but I still talk to them, in my head." Amelia closed her eyes. That tiny sentence carried more weight than any child should carry. Mr. Dowson noticed the look. He had seen it before. The expression of someone holding too much pain and pretending it was fine. "Your father," he asked gently, "he's not with you?" Noah answered quickly. Children don't understand emotional landmines. "He's in jail. He stole medicine for my baby sister. She was really sick." Amelia's jaw tightened, eyes glistening. She made a mistake. A desperate one. He's a good man, just broken in ways life didn't help mend. Mr. Dowson nodded slowly. Pain recognizes pain. Regret recognizes regret. He reached into his coat pocket and pulled out a small, worn tin. Inside were 2 peppermint candies. He offered one to Noah, who took it with an excited grin. He offered the second to Amelia. She hesitated, then accepted. "My son loved these," Mr. Dowson said softly. "Said they tasted like Christmas." Amelia smiled faintly. "What was his name?" Mr. Dowson inhaled deeply. Daniel. The name cracked his voice like thin ice. We fought that day. About him joining the army. About everything. I told him he didn't know what he was doing. He said, I didn't know him at all. He paused. And then I told him, if he walked away, he shouldn't bother coming back. He swallowed. Hard. He drove off. Angry. Hurt. The roads were icy. A tear slipped down his cheek. He never made it home. Noah's small hand reached out and touched Mr. Dowson's sleeve. I'm sorry, he whispered. Mr. Dowson managed a weak smile. They found a letter in his pocket. Just 2 words. I'm sorry. He was on his way back to talk, to make peace. I never got the chance.
Amelia listened silently, her eyes full of sorrow and understanding. Then she reached into her own pocket and took out a folded photograph, a man with kind eyes holding a newborn baby. My husband wrote to us too, every week, said he dreamed of being free, sitting here with us, feeding the ducks like normal people. She laughed softly, a broken, tender laugh. Funny how life puts us in the same places for the same reasons, even if we've never met. Mr. Dowson looked at her, really looked at her. You ever forgive him? He asked. I'm trying, she said, because forgiveness isn't for the person who hurt you. It's for the person who needs to breathe again. Snowflakes drifted gently down, like quiet blessings. Slowly, almost ceremonially, Mr. Dowson stood up. He walked toward the edge of the frozen pond. From his pocket, he pulled out a small, smooth stone. He had carried that stone for 23 years. He was supposed to throw it into the water the day Daniel died, but he never could. Tonight, he whispered something, too soft to hear, and placed the stone gently on the frozen surface, a symbol of letting go. When he turned back toward the bench, his eyes were different, softer, younger. Would you, he asked quietly, mind if I joined you again tomorrow? Amelia smiled, the warmest smile she had offered anyone in weeks. We'll save you a seat. Noah waved at him as they left, and for the first time in 2 decades, Mr. Dowson waved back. That night, he slept peacefully. No nightmares, no regrets chasing him in the dark. He dreamed of ducks gliding over clear water, of his son laughing in the sun, and a voice, gentle, forgiving, saying, It's okay, Dad. I know you tried. Mr. Dowson whispered back into the quiet of his room, I forgive you, and I hope you forgive me too. Sometimes healing doesn't arrive loudly. Sometimes it comes quietly, on a winter bench, in the company of strangers who carry wounds shaped like your own. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes, a single cold evening can change a life forever. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that forgiveness doesn't erase pain, but frees the soul, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep telling stories that heal, inspire, and remind us of the goodness still left in this world. Thank you for watching DLYN Stories. Until next time, stay warm, stay kind, and stay hopeful.